If you're finding it hard to find the right Christmas gift this year,
now, what can I get him that says, "Close your curtains, we don't want to see it"?
I'm here to recommend 10 board games that will make great gifts and who to buy them for.
It's been a hard year, Timmy, so it's all the more important we buy everyone a lovely Christmas gift. Now, you read out the names and we'll decide what to give them.
Mrs. Henderson.
Oh, poor Rose. She lost her dog this year.
Oh, is she sad?
Yes, and they do say when you're depressed that you can't find joy in things you normally would, so there's no point us going overboard on her. Cross out John Lewis and put TK Maxx.
In Mysterium Park, you have to solve the murder of someone at the table. They play as the ghost, giving you cryptic clues from beyond.
Mummy, are ghosts blind?
The ghost must help the other players eliminate certain suspects, secretly assigned to each player. They do that by giving each player vision cards as clues.
Mother, if I die, I've decided I will haunt your dreams.
Oh. That's nice.
The players will look at them and grasp for meaning in these surreal images, picking out objects, shapes, or colours that could connect to the suspects.
What's wrong with this game? All the cards look like my mum's disappointed face.
It's a fun, unique experience that gets everyone discussing theories and making wild interpretations. Meanwhile, the ghost dies all over again, having to listen to their nonsense, as they all misunderstand their bleedingly obvious clues.
Well, the cello is on fire, so I believe the ghost is telling me to disregard the musician. And these red petals are the same colour as this popcorn packet.
It wasn't Sharon that broke your vase, Mum. It was me. I'm sorry.
Mysterium Park is a great dinner party game that gets everyone involved and talking. It's flexible too. You can play it with just 2 people or up to 6. Buy this one for some friends.
Rebecca.
Oh, she's had a hard year. Her husband had it. Well, if you won't wash your hands. Of course, he smokes, so that made it worse. And now he hasn't been able to cut down the tree that leans into our garden. So guess whose tomato plant suffered? And Timmy won't eat the supermarket ones. That's what they say, isn't it? You might not mind getting it, but think about the other people it will affect.
Shotten Totten 2 is the game to give to couples this Christmas, a simple head-to-head 2-player card game. You play as Scottish clans at war. One of you is the attacker, laying siege to the other's castle. You take it in turns to play a card on your side of the wall. You're trying to create sets that are stronger than your opponent. They're like mini poker hands, a straight flush being the best. The trouble is, you only have 6 cards in your hand, and so you're forced to commit to a strategy before you know whether you will draw the cards you need to finish a set. It's agonizing in a brilliant way. Which gamble do you persevere with, and which do you give up on? The defending player needs to hold the attacker off and stop them from destroying the castle wall in 4 places. To help, they have 3 buckets of boiling oil to wipe out an attack, so the attacker won't want to show their strength too soon. Shotten Totten 2 is small, affordable, and plays in 30 minutes. This is a great gift for both new and seasoned gaming couples.
Rachel.
Every year she tells me exactly what she wants for Christmas and expects me to buy it for her. That's not what Christmas is about. She may as well just buy it herself.
Elfie, what does it say? Tanya.
I've no idea what to buy her, and she never gives me even the slightest clue. Does she think I want to spend all of my time searching for presents for her? I'll just send her some money and she can buy something herself.
Top of the Pops, or MTV if you're in the States, is a fun party game for music lovers. You play on teams, and first, 2 of you go head to head trying to name songs that, for example, mention a city. You shout one out, then hit the timer.
We built this city.
London Bridge is falling down.
You go back and forth until one player runs out of time thinking of one.
Oh.
The winner of the head-to-head gets to pick the famous artist they will have to get their teammate to guess. Then each team has 30 seconds to give their clues. For one of them, you can only give a single word clue.
Creep.
Oh, Robbie Williams. Moby. Louis C.K.
For the next, you must say or sing a lyric from one of their songs.
I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa. Oh, for goodness sake, Barry, it's 50 cent. Have you been living under a rock?
And for the final one, you have to play a song on the kazoo. In the MTV game, you have to hum, or bring your own kazoos. They're a great alternative to a trivia game because you don't need to know obscure facts. Just remember who Phil Collins is. And in the words of Jack Donaghy, you've got 2 ears and a heart, don't you? If they're more into movies, then buy them last year's Blockbuster instead.
The Davenports.
That's Daddy's sister. Pots of money. There's never anything to buy for them because they've already got it. Last year, I bought them a lovely candle, and when we went to visit in April, it was nowhere to be seen. Hidden it away like that son of theirs that volunteers for the Green Party.
So, cross them off?
No, Timmy, we have to give them something. Else they'll stop giving us the expensive whiskey your father likes.
Parks is a beautiful gift to receive with its stunning artwork of the US national parks, and it's a really fun game to boot. The game revolves around a hiking trail. You're stopping off at beautiful sites to collect tokens to get the ones you need to gain park cards. But as in nature, it's ruined when there are other people around, and the other players are getting in the way. You can race ahead of them to get in first, but you can't ever go backwards. So is it worth missing out on other spots? There are incentives to finish the trail first, such as claiming a park card before someone else, but the hiker who takes it nice and slow will see more of the trail. You have to strike a balance between being highly strung and impatient or being laid back and disorganized.
I will be laid back when Christmas is over and everyone's happy.
With tactical decisions at every turn, Parks is the perfect next step for someone who has recently got into board games.
The Pascals.
Oh, that's her on the corner. When we did the clap for the NHS, she would come out with this almighty saucepan just so she can make the biggest noise. I felt like saying to her, the hospital's on the other side of town, they can't hear. And then it came to week 5 and she didn't come out. And I could see she was in, her bedroom lights were on. And her husband's a surgeon. We're all out there clapping for her husband and she's inside watching Bake Off.
Llama is the ultimate casual card game. It's the modern alternative to Uno, and it's the cheapest, smallest game on this list. You're trying to get rid of all of your cards, but if you can't play a card on your turn, you have to pick up another. Or you can cut your losses on this round and bow out. You get minus points for your leftover cards, but sometimes it's worth it to fold. If you keep drawing, you could end up with a llama, which will cost you 10 minus points. But you're encouraged to stay in and be brave, because if you win a round, you can discard 10 minus points. Llama feels like a classic. It's simple, addictive fun. It's perfect for non-gamers. It has the cozy familiarity of Uno with an imperceptible sprinkling of magic that makes it so much more.
The Whiteleys.
Oh no, take her off. I saw her in Waitrose and she wasn't wearing a mask. That might be de rigueur in Asda, but I've seen people in there in their pyjamas.
You wouldn't see me wearing a mask.
I wouldn't see you in a supermarket, Barry. And if I did, I'd pretend I didn't know you.
Detective Season 1 is the perfect entry into crime-solving games. This is a great gift for murder mystery fans. You play as detectives working together to solve the cases. You don't have time to follow all the leads, so you must decide which ones are worth following.
Shall we chase up the DNA test or visit the family?
Huh? Nah, I'm busy that day. You have to go without me.
The game will reveal key bits of information to you through phone records, videos, and interrogations using the game's online police database. You have to spot the clues, take notes, and discuss your theories. It really makes you feel like a detective as you piece it all together.
It's the husband. It's always the husband.
No, Barry, I can assure you, sometimes it's the wife.
There are 3 cases to solve, which take about 90 minutes each for 1 to 5 players. These sorts of games are such a fun group experience, like doing an escape room together. Start here, and when you're finished, you can graduate to Chronicles of Crime and Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective.
Shirley.
Well, Shirley always liked my soap, and it's made by this local woman, and it's important to support local businesses, especially at the moment. I tried to buy it online, and you won't believe what they're charging to deliver it. £4 for one little bar of soap. She only lives 5 minutes away. Amazon doesn't charge a penny. And I saw that woman in town last year wearing a designer handbag, so if that's how she's spending her money, she won't be in business for long anyway.
Build the best theme park in Meeple Land, my pick for a family board game this year. The visitors are arriving at your gates and your job is to keep them happy. You will build attractions, making sure the paths connect up and trying to get as many different rides as possible. The different coloured meeples have different tastes, and at the end of each round, you'll pick a coach of visitors to come to your park. If you have the rides to keep them happy, you'll get money, which you can spend on expanding further.
Welcome to Timmy Land, where the children can go on any of the rides, no matter how tall they are.
At the end of the game, if you have any visitors that aren't being entertained, you will lose points.
Why aren't you happy?
To get the coach you want, you'll need to pass the round early and get first dibs. It's a fun dilemma between spending more time to improve your park and not missing out on the visitors you need.
But why would they want to go to your park? Your park sucks.
Timmy, language!
English, mummy.
It's that competition between players over what visitors and attractions are available that makes Meeple Land a really fun game, especially with more players.
Mummy, for your present this year, shall I make my special Christmas cookies again?
No, thank you. I tell you what, who was it I said wasn't wearing a mask?
Mrs. Whiteley?
Yes, you should make an extra big batch for her.
Okay.
If you're looking for a quirky gift that's unlike anything they'll have in their collection, get MicroMacro Crime City. It's like Where's Wally turned into a board game. MicroMacro is a huge piece of paper with a detailed illustration of Crime City, full of delightful characters that you just want to explore. And that's the game, to solve cases by finding the characters and working out what's going on. In the introductory case, you have to find this man at a pub, then follow his movements through the city to find out how his top hat was stolen. Each case is a deck of cards, with each new card asking a question for you to answer. How was the top hat stolen? If you follow his route, you'll spot a kid in a tree with a fishing rod, and then find that kid with the hat on a nearby bench. The cases get harder and more intricate as you go through them. There are 16 in total, then once you're done, you can give the game to someone else. MicroMacro Crime City is such a fun, shared experience, and one you could play with anybody. There's basically no rules, just unfold the paper and you're started, making it a great gift for non-gamers.
Mummy, can we go trick-or-treating this Christmas?
That's Halloween, darling.
Oh, but can we go?
No, dear. Maybe next year when they have a vaccine.
Vaccine? And let the government get their hands on me? They're a bunch of posh toffs. Except Boris, he's just like me.
Boris Johnson went to Eton.
Nah, it's that he doesn't give a toss. He's in Parliament, but he doesn't want to be there. That's what I'd be like.
Spicy is this year's best new card game. It's a brilliant twist on the classic bluffing game Cheat. You take it in turns to play a card face down, announcing what you've played, the number and the spice, pepper, chili or wasabi.
4 chili.
You're supposed to play the same type as the last one, but higher. If you don't have that, you can play whatever you like and lie about it.
5 chili.
Anyone can call you out and challenge what you said, but they have to decide, do they think you were lying about the number of the card or the type of spice?
He's lying about the spice.
If they say spice and you didn't lie about that, you win, no matter what the number was.
It was a chili. I win.
If you win the challenge, you take the stack as points. If you lose, you have to add more cards to your hand, which you don't want because if you ever get rid of your hand, you score 10 points. Spicy has the feel of a classic game. It's simple, elegant, and loads of fun. If you like bluffing games, you have to try this one.
But Mummy, what do you want for Christmas this year?
Oh, Timmy, I don't ask for much. I just want my eldest son's YouTube channel to reach 30,000 subscribers so that he won't cry on Christmas Day this year.
If you'd like to buy yourself a present, I'm now selling Actualol t-shirts again. I've worked with Michelle from Polya Designs to make a new Not Just for Geeks t-shirt. And you can get the classic Timmy or Last Game Night channel banner too. The ultimate Christmas gift is a game that the whole family can play together no matter how many there are of you. and one that can handle people dipping in and out to check whether the turkey's dry enough yet. This year, that game is Herd Mentality, which asks you to think like your family. What's the best pizza topping? You all write down your answer, then reveal at the same time. The goal is to think like the herd.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Pepperoni. Ah.
Are you feeling pepper lonely?
Good one, Mummy.
If the most people said cheese, then everyone who said cheese gets a point. It doesn't matter if you think caramelized artichokes are better, you were being too much of a maverick, and this is why no one ever wants to share a pizza with you. If you ever give an answer that no one else says, you're given the pink cow.
Daddy, you're the pink cow.
Yeah? Well, you're a little yellow weasel that ruined my marriage and stole my happiness.
Ugh.
Barry, it's in the game.
For as long as you have it, you can't win the game. So you wait with relish for someone else to slip up. Herd mentality taps into something primal. It feels good to be one of the pack.
The Beatles.
Yes! Oh, I only wanted to fit in. You see that, Mum? It's not only Sharon that's a winner.
And for a brief moment, at Christmas, you'll agree with your family for once. If you can't be together this year, herd mentality works really well over webcam. One person reads the questions and everyone else just needs a pen and paper to play. Those are my top 10 Christmas gifts for this year. There are links to buy them in the description below. If you fancy giving me a Christmas gift this year, you can support me on Patreon, and in return you'll get my monthly newsletter. I'm Jon Purkis, thanks for watching and happy Christmas.